Get that? All right, everybody, can you listen up, please, and thank you. All right, can we put that, let me start over. Can we put our screens to 45 so I can make sure that this information gets through? I know you're very excited to look at your potential houses, but I also need to talk about, making sure that water comes out of those pipes and lights turn on. All right. So, due now for today, I just wanted you guys to have a chance to start looking at some of the bills you have when it comes to running a household, which include water and power, and then internet costs as well. Most people will probably want internet in their homes. From my experience, even if you just get cell phone data, it's not fast enough to run computer stuff on, and also it would be very, very expensive. So most people do have a broadband line to their houses as well. So those are the three main things that are pretty consistent that you're going to have as bills. So it does vary quite a bit, so do keep in mind that I have simplified it. It does depend on your usage. It also depends on how many people are in your house. So just kind of take this with a grain of salt. It's just a rough estimate. So what I have done is I put 3 links onto Google Classroom just to give you an idea of what the costs are like. So let's first look at water cost. So this is just an article from the New Zealand Herald. And the reason why I selected it is because it does have a statement in this first sentence here that Auckland water bills are planning to rise, taking the average household water bill to $1,224 a year. So that was the main reason why I selected that article, was so that way you guys had a rough number of what water costs each year. So let's put that information into our budget sheet. So we need running water. Why isn't this? Did you freeze? Where's my mouse? All right, so water, annual cost was $1,224. So if I want to figure out the monthly cost, I would take that number and divide by 12. So about $102 a month. And then when it comes to weekly costs, we take that 1,224 divided by 52. So we got, again, like I said, a rough number. So let's take this number and we'll divide it by 52 weeks. Remember, you have those little division signs and the equals to make it a little easier. I'm actually just going to round this up to 24.54, so that way it looks nicer on my calculation sheets. I don't know why it's not letting me zoom back out. I might just reopen it. Cool. So that was my first cost. Are we good with that? All right. So that was our water. Going back to lesson 4, the average power cost. So this one is the average cost for New Zealand. It has a lot of extra information about kilowatts and things. The main thing I was looking for, though, was looking at Auckland and getting that number, and again, using that as my kind of rough estimate. So 2,287. Zoom this up. So power is 2,287. If we divide that by 12, it's about $109.58. Sorry, $190. And then if I divide that by 52 weeks, I'm getting 43.48. 48. Cool? Happy with that? All right, so that was power. And the last thing that we had to think about was internet. So we have some broadband information to compare. And there's lots and lots of information here. You guys might have had a chance just to read it. I'm just going to pick one and not really do a in-depth comparison, but this is what you'd be doing when you're looking at different options, because there's lots of different internet providers, there's lots of different power providers, and so you might then choose one that's cheaper. Some of them also have little bonuses as well. So they might offer, I think Spark was offering a bundle. So they gave you a discount or they gave you free Netflix. So you might go, ooh, I'll go with that one because I already buy Netflix and I can save money by not having to have a separate Netflix bill. Other people might go, you know what, my cell phone's with Vodafone. I want my broadband at home to be in Vodafone as well, so it's all in the same bundle. So these are all things that you can think about. I am just going to take the Spark one at the $85 a month. So internet per month is $85. So if I want to figure out how much is that going to cost me a year, I'm taking the 85 and multiplying it by 12. So about $1,000 to internet. If I want to figure out weekly, we take the 85 and we're dividing it by this case because it's month 4. Cool. So those are some of the costs that we need to start thinking about. Now, something to keep in mind, and I had this on the first lesson slide. No, I didn't. Is it on this one? That's to me to remind you to play a video. I will actually wait to do that. I'll talk about what I want to talk about. So, something to keep in mind. These costs that I put into my spreadsheet is assuming that I am living by myself and I'm paying the bills by myself. If you are living with other people, you are then splitting these bills. Now, the power bill might be a little bit higher because you have more people in the house and thus more electricity is getting used, but you're dividing it by, say, for example, 4 people. So, I would like you guys to have these numbers in as your original numbers, but as you are flat hunting, you might adjust these numbers based off of how many flatmates you'd expect to have. So if you have a 4-bedroom house, then you could take these costs and divide them by 4. Are we good so far? All right. Questions, concerns, comments? We good? All right. Before I have you guys dive into Trade Me, I thought it would be funny to play a video for you that I saw and I thought it was crack up. So let's do that.